So exactly, like that's exactly like the reason why I like this place so much is because you have 50,000 people here, and that's 50,000 people that you can test. Like if you find a way to give them what they want, you have 50,000 potential users to test whatever idea you have, and then you can just if 50,000 people like that, there's a chance that 1 million people, 10 million people, the whole country might actually like.
If 50 people like it, it might mean that 50,000.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I have a couple questions. So the first question is, if you were here today, what business would you start? And the second, I guess, and then answer that one and then.
Wow, that's a really good question. So I teach here, so I'm familiar with modern classrooms and students, and at least some portion of my lectures are roasts, and it's me roasting my students, but I get so worked up because I feel like I know what they don't know because I've been through it, and I know that classroom experience is super important. But it's not I can't tell you off the top of my head any specific lecture that I remember. Educators I don't believe that in order to be a remarkable educator, which is to say somebody that left a mark on a student, you have to be a subject matter expert. It's important, obviously, and it's an assumption that you know more than the people who've probably never heard it before. That's why they enrolled in the class. But it's your ability to educate and to actually make a connection with students. And those are the classes that I remember. And if I could go back, I remember your question. Don't get nervous. I mean, what business would I start? Yeah. But if I could go back, I don't think I would have been able to get in. But I think one of the coolest degrees you can get, man, I'm capping myself out on the word cool. I think that was number 5 for this podcast. And you also said cap. So would have been engineering, because you're being trained to look at situations in a very specific and very particular manner, and it translates into so much industry, not limited only to engineering, but most certainly business. And it's an intense academic journey that should also allow some time to enjoy college, which is to say it's not so rigorous that you really didn't go to college. So if I was starting, it shouldn't go unnoted that my first business, I paid an engineering student maybe $150 or something, but I didn't really know. I was an upperclassman. They were in engineering. They helped draw because I didn't. I definitely didn't. And I would stay on campus for 7 years with the political science and the English concentration. And then I worked for the DIA, Division of Intercollegiate Athletics, and got a master's within the RST. And so I spent a pretty significant time, probably 1 year too long, because 7 years is a while. I tied Van Wilder before going to law school. But I really do think about today, it's a lot harder